Hi everyone. Today's What Sold video is going to be the items that sold across our three reselling platforms between October 1st and October 7th of this year, 2025. I'm going to start with Poshmark. We sold these cut from the cloth jeans, two pairs actually of cut from the cloth jeans. One was an 8, sold for $15, and one was a 14W, sold for 22. We've been selling so many jeans lately, which is great because we have a lot of them. At one point in time, jeans was the category jeans, that was the most items that we had. We had so many. My husband got so good at finding jeans at the thrift store, and that was always the section he'd go to, and he'd get so excited when he'd find the brands we were looking for. It was really fun. So we have a lot of jeans listed and a lot more to list. Next, we have a pair of Torrid jeans sold for 22, or excuse me, size 22 and sold for $19. Democracy jeans sold for 22. You'll see that was pretty common price there. A pair of J. Jill jeans sold for $24. And that was all of the jeans from that week. We sold a baby LL Bean fleece vest for 11. This was a Torrid top. We didn't profit much on this, just a couple bucks. I didn't really buy it for resale. I bought it for myself, not realizing it was tunic length, and I just didn't really fit how I wanted it to. So I did pay up for this. So again, I didn't profit much, but it sold for 13. We finally sold the cute little deer costume, and that sold for 15. A pair of Torrid pants. These came from that consignment store when it had a 25% off sale, and they sold for $25. They were brand new with tags, and they sold to someone in town, so that was pretty neat. She did ask if she'd be able to pick up in person, and I told her, unfortunately, Poshmark doesn't really allow that. I saw that eBay has a local pickup option, but Poshmark doesn't have that yet. And lastly, a pair of men's Nike blue active shorts, and they sold for $10. Our total profit on Poshmark for that first week of October was $118.52. Now we'll move over to Mercari. We sold another pair of cut from the cloth jeans. So three pairs of cut jeans sold that week, which was pretty cool. And these sold 25.50. Our total profit on Mercari was $17.28. Now we're going to move on to eBay. This was a big seller. These we picked up the same time as those burgundy satin Torrid pants. And these came from that consignment sale, again, 25% off, and they sold for $60. It was really cool because I found these, they weren't in the with the normal jeans. They were kind of off to the side between the women's and men's jeans. And I picked these up and I told my mom, I said, I know that I'm going to pay up a little bit for these. I think I paid like 10 something. And I said, but it's going to be totally worth it because besides the fact that it's a really good brand, they are a larger size at a size 34. And I was looking at the comps and I showed her the comps in the store and she was like, oh my gosh, really? I said, yeah. And then they sold within a couple of days for $60. It was awesome. Next is a Talbot's sheath dress sold for $20. I think my mom picked this up when that consignment store does their dollar sales at the end of the month. This Arcadia wristlet was a cute little patent leather one, and my mom had this for years, and then she gave it to me to sell, and it sold for $50. A Torrid dress. I bought this when I used to work at Plato's and Torrid at the same time. And one of the assistant managers at Torrid that hired me came into Plato's after she quit Torrid, and she was selling off some of her items, and this was one of them. And unfortunately, at Plato's Closet, I'm sure a lot of you know, you don't get that much money for your items. And she was talking to me. She's like, "Can you please give me something else, something more?" She's like, "You know how much this stuff goes for. I know you just started working there." And I was like, "Yeah, unfortunately, the way that Plato's works is everything is computer based, all the pricing is. So, for instance, if you brought in this dress, we would search up a dress by the brand Torrid, and then the condition would either be new or used. And then based on that, the computer would tell us how much we are allowed to pay out for that item. This dress sold for $20. And then lastly was a Chico's top. this, I believe, came from the Goodwill. I think I found like this and then another Chico's top side by side. And so this sold for $18. It did have a flaw, and that's listed in the listing. And our total profit on eBay was $101.02, which I was really excited about because we only sold five things, so not very many, but because some of them were higher value, that's what drove the profit up. And our total profit for that first week of October across all three platforms was $236.82. That's really exciting. I'm not quite sure how our sales are going to go for the next couple weeks because the last few weeks have been extremely tough on me. Um, just, having a newborn and two toddlers. And then I started all the new jobs. So I have three jobs currently, including the resale. Including resale? Yes, including resale. And I'm working for a local nonprofit in town. So like kind of four jobs. It's been a lot. And so I haven't gotten to work on this business as much as I would like to, which really sucks because it's quarter four. And I know this is definitely the time when I should be working my butt off. So don't be surprised if even though it's quarter four, some of my numbers might be kind of sucky. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping to. What I started doing was because I don't have as much time throughout the day, I've been sleeping like maybe 3 to 4 hours a day. It's been really rough. Like I said, especially with a newborn. And so I haven't been getting that many hours to throughout the week to like photograph new items and things. It's all I can do to come up here and pull solds and bring them to my husband to ship out. But what I'm trying to do now is go through some of our older listings and rework the descriptions and titles and pictures a little bit. And I'm able to do that on my overnight shift job. And I've noticed that that's gotten the items like a little bit of traction. So I'm just going to kind of, I think, continue to do that when possible so that our closet stays like a Poshmark closet, eBay store, Mercari store stays active. I also saw that some people were talking about a new feature Poshmark's rolling out where items are not sorted based on just shared, but by relevance. For some reason, mine is still showing based on just shared, so I'm not sure how yours are, but let me know in the comments. Is when you type something in on Poshmark, is it showing you items based on relevance or just shared? Because there is going to be a difference with how that affects your closet and what you need to be doing to stay active. So let me know what it shows for you. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.